This is so exciting. Like
My cheeks are going to be hurting by the end of this.
I know.
And I hope you are ready to receive these flowers. And
Period.
if words of affirmation makes you feel uncomfortable, it's gonna be an uncomfortable hour. I'm just gonna give you a heads up right now. So
Okay.
That's a true ass statement.
it's gonna be some flowers on flowers on flowers on flowers.
Flowers on flowers on
All right.
flowers.
I'm waterproof. I'll be fine, girl.
Okay, good. Okay, good.
Hello, community. This is Kevin Aviance. And I just dropped my Hippopotamus Deluxe Edition album, and I am so excited about it. I can't wait for you to hear it. And yeah, that's what's going down.
Kevin Aviance, Hippopotamus Deluxe.
Happy B-Day.
And R.I.P. to our girl, Dolly. So get your cups ready for Minoritea Report. Hey, welcome to Minoritea Report. It is Auntie Carell.
And it's Auntie Jarrell in the building. And y'all, we got an icon. We got a legend.
It's wild. And here's the thing, like, I've seen interviews where you're like, oh, I hate being called legend and icon, but there's like no other words. The only other word that I could have thought of was like omnipresent. Like for the Black and queer community, there's very few people that you just feel just like represents like the community. Like point blank period is what it is. And you are one of those people. So it's just like I was like, okay, I don't want to say legend because I know they don't like legend and this, but shit, there ain't no other damn words. It's like it is what it is. Like, golly, like,
you know, I used to tell you the truth, I hated it. And because when I moved back to New York recently to get my hips replaced, I left New York for a while and I came back to get my hip replaced, and they wouldn't. It's just like, oh, you're a legend, and they would not let me come through, do new music, do nothing. They was just like, let me sit there. I was like, girl, these ones you get old and stale and sit in the corner, girl. I don't know. So I was just like, that's the way I took it. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
But you know, now it's a little bit different. So I mean, you just have to take it with a grain of salt, girl. I am of an older age, darling. So you know, I've seen some things, girl.
Some things, been through some things.
Yeah, see some things, girl. So
and it's like it's meant into like the most ultimate like respect level.
Absolutely.
Period. That's what it is coming from. It's not even like an age thing. It's just like we just know how hard it is to live being Black and gay. And just to see someone that has just like had so many like hits and just been around for a while and just seen it all, like you said, and just still there and representing us so well. Like it's a kudos. And it's just like when we knew you were coming on, I was just like, it's rare that like after this is episode 396 anymore. I'm like, okay, we've had a lot of amazing guests. I don't get too nervous. I was fucking nervous today.
Yeah. Like honestly, I feel like I had to like be on my P's and Q's, you know,
right?
and come correct because you are deserving of all of it. Like it's one of the things where I'm like, this has been my safe space for 7.5 years to just come and kiki with my girls. But we all know that like you've done so much work for us to even have this space ourselves.
To be able
like,
to do it, yeah.
Like what you've done for us in the community transcends just music. It transcends so many different forms of art as a whole, you know. And honestly, there's not a Black queer person on this planet who is doing something where your influence didn't have a part of them being able to be their authentic selves in that way. So like it's honestly like it's crazy. This is honestly so crazy. Yeah. Oh, did we lose you, boo?
Is it frozen on your end, Jarrell?
Yeah, it is.
Oops. Let's see here. And sometimes they can hear us and we can't hear them for a second.
Yeah.
But, if you can hear us, Kevin, we'll keep on stalling. Maybe you hop out and hop back in, and but there we go.
Yeah.
Community, like honestly, like it's wild. Like there's just a lot of things recently that have happened. I'm sure you've seen all the interwebs last week with Anya and all that stuff. That just like it's just wild. But this literally to me, I don't know if I ever foresaw we would ever be able to talk to Kevin.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't it like my wildest dreams, really, quite frankly. I thought that was like unobtainable, quite frankly.
Yeah. No, I would agree. And I think the other thing too is that I think back to when we started this podcast and we talked about representation. Like this is one person who has like been in the rooms, frequently rooms where they were the only ones who may have looked like them in the room as well too. And also just like demanded this space for them to be who they are, you know, and to also be like, I'm Black and queer. Like you don't get to police me in this way. Yeah. And it's not just to the straights, it's also just like in white culture, you know, like the amount of white gays who don't understand the influence that music has and all this dance music they be listening to at these circuit parties. Like, girl,
like say that again.
Like
seriously.
These 5 a.m. clubs you be at, like, hello.
Where do you think it came from? Where do you think it came from? I know, and when they get back on it, that's gonna just be like one of the questions I have is just like the evolution of like that scene, like it being almost like the underground, where it's just like that was the only place they kind of could go to feel safe, to it now being almost like, and it happens to a lot of things in the culture, almost corporatized in a way, you know. It's
you
just
guess
like,
the white people take it.
they did. And so it's just
don't
like,
kill me.
Hey, no, you're good,
baby.
love.
Look.
Oh my God. Listen, there is a thing about me. Every time I'm sitting there like interviewing them, I don't have my phone charged. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I'm like, this is ridiculous, Kevin. Ridiculous. You guys had me up in a swirl, girl. I was living. I was like, oh my God.
Yes. Hey, you're going to continue to live, because we were just talking even more. That's just like, literally, we were just saying, like, I don't think when we started this podcast, we just wanted to show the spectrum of being Black and queer in our community. Where there were just certain folks in the community that we just didn't think was like obtainable to talk to. So like in my brain, I didn't even think Kevin Aviance was like an option to be able to like talk to ever on here. And so now that it's happening, I'm like, golly.
I don't know why that. Because I'm such an easygoing person. I don't understand people. It's so funny to me. But yeah, thank God for podcasts. I'd be like, yeah, you can talk to me. I'm cool. You know, it's okay. You know.
But I think it's also, to be honest, though, it's a little bit of form of respect, because I see you in such a light that is just like, I don't feel, honestly, deserving to kind of be in your light. Like, I'm just like, girl shining. Like, I'm just, you know, I see you, girl, hey.
Right, it's like, hey, girl.
You know, like, I'm going to stay over here, you know, with my dim living room light over here. You got, you know, this sun's shining right over here. And I'm like, okay. You know,
wow.
Oh, that's right. But yeah, anyway, so how you been, love? Like we know you just dropped the deluxe version of Hippopotamus, which is such a like, in your words, such a cunty ass album name. I'm like, who the hell's gonna name their album Hippopotamus? That is so fire.
It was a fight, because when I was doing this music, all this music came out of like me working with the Renaissance thing. So, you know, all this is like, First Time Turn is like the baby of Renaissance as far as we start. And so I started the first song with Body, and I kept working more songs with Bloodlines, and a couple more songs. And then I was thinking, oh, so we're gonna call this the legendary. I said, we're calling it what? I said, no, we're not. They said, well, what are we calling it? It has to be something very like easy for kids to remember. I said, I'm calling it Hippopotamus. They're like, the next day, I was like, yeah, I'm calling it Hippopotamus. They were like, Kevin, this is what? I don't want to hear it.
I said what I said.
I said, because it's like, you know, when you are such I'm a creative person. I'm gonna create everything, you know? And so when I create all my things, it's just like, you know, I don't know exactly how people are going to really describe me or try to represent me or whatever. So I have to make sure I come up with the names and the songs, work with the people to do that with, and then do the stuff around it. You know what I mean? And make sure that's cute. You know what I mean? So Hippopotamus, I thought it was cute. I love the name. I remember saying it the first time when I was a kid. And I remember seeing one for the first time, and I was going, wow, that thing is big. and you don't fuck with a hippopotamus. You know what I mean?
Sure don't.
Hey, man.
And so this big, large body of work is not really asking for your respect. They're asking for you to just get into it. If you don't like it, don't tell me about it.
Bet. You know what's so funny too? Oh, go for it, love. I was just gonna say I read hippopotamus, and I was like, when's the last time I saw the word hippopotamus? And at first I was like, is this? I need to take a spelling bee because is it actually hippopotamus? Am I saying how I'm supposed to? And that was the moment I was like, oh, this album's gonna give me everything that I know I need, because already I'm questioning, what? This is something else. Like,
and people think it's they're thinking so literal. I was just like,
yeah,
okay, yeah. And so I remember we were doing the pictures and stuff for the album, and I was working with the photographer. He was like, give me all those like AI pictures of me with hippos, on top of them and walking around with them. And I was like, girl, I don't know, but it was like, I think it's just more about just represents this big body of work. You know what I mean? That it's just like came out of I have so many years of not really doing an album. I always recorded a single and stuff like that, with other labels and stuff. I never really did a whole project in the last 20 years that was just so big. And so like, I didn't really think I was going to be able to, I didn't really think I needed to do another album actually. But then after the whole Renaissance thing, it was just kind of like music just kept coming to me, and I kept running into writers, and, had things to say. And then when we released the first section of it, I still wasn't finished. You know what I mean? And I was just like, okay, we got to find some more songs to put on the deluxe, because that's where I felt the album is now complete. So
I love
yeah.
it. Did you because obviously, and everyone that's living on the rock, I don't know where the hell y'all been, but obviously, the whole Renaissance Beyonce thing, how because when you first came out with Cunty, back in the 90s, and then just kind of see that resurgence of it here in when did that album come out? 2023, 2024, somewhere around there.
23, yeah.
How was the resurgence, or just your name being so omnipresent now, different than when you were younger? Were you able to handle it better this go round than then, or you're just like, man, it's just completely different?
I didn't have the handbook before, so it was kind of like. Cunty was I was young, you know what I mean? I was my first single, and it represented a lot of something that I thought I knew about, you know what I mean? So where we really weren't doing the gender thing yet, I don't think. So, even though people were androgynous, of course, Grace Jones and all that stuff, but here we are in the 90s. It's kind of like, people were still like, I don't know. It's just kind of like, I just did what I did. I didn't wear tits. I didn't tuck. I didn't do all that stuff. So my drag was just more like the makeup and the outfits, and it was just like me performing. And so, I don't. That was me. You know what I mean? Did I start this whole thing? No. I didn't know I didn't. And I know there's other queens that came before me that did the same thing, basically. You know what I mean? But I don't know. It's just. This time around, I don't know. I just felt like when the Renaissance thing happened, it was such a shock to me. I mean, I passed out when I heard it. So, and I found out
I would have too, girl.
I passed out and hit the floor severely, and I just could not get over it. I was angry. I was happy. I was just all these emotions at one time because I didn't know anything about it, and it was just so incredible. Where
you didn't know anything about it.
No, because I didn't own the song, so the song's not mine. So it was done to strictly rhythm and the guy and the producer that actually made it. So I wrote it, yes, I wrote the song, but that was the beautiful thing about it. It's just kind of like there was this whole thing about ownership and everything. And then when B made me actually a writer on the song on Pure Honey, then I was receiving 2 royalties on it. So I was just like, wow, my full name was on there. I was like, this woman did her research. You know what I mean?
She said she got my government name out here.
Yeah. She did not play. And then, meeting her and everything, she was so cool and said she knew all my music. And, then I realized, I said, of course she would know this music because of her uncle. You know what I mean? That her uncle raised her. And if you were part of that whole 90s, that whole thing, which he was probably, being from the South and everything, he just, of course he knew Cunty. And I'm sure she heard it back when she was younger too. So, that it was just like the connection is there and it's fierce, it's really, really beautiful.
I love that. That's what, like, and
the way Cunty is found for me now, it's kind of like, I never thought being 58 that I would still be Cunty. I thought I had passed this thing over to somebody else, I just never thought that I would be sitting here going Cunty. You know what I mean? With the full rack of teeth. Yeah, Cunty. You know what I mean?
But
I didn't know
everything though still.
I didn't know that was possible. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So now that I'm sitting in it, and now I'm like, yeah, I guess I am still Cunty. Yes,
I know that's right, bitch.
It's grown up. It's grown up a little bit, and it's not so country. But
but I think that goes back. I think that goes back to what we were saying before, though. It's just like, to have someone like you in our community, you're still laying the groundwork of what it is to be able to grow and age as a Black, gay, queer person. And it's very few people that we've been able to see, because there was a whole generation lost, period, quite frankly.
Definitely.
A whole generation, baby.
And so it's just like, to see someone like you still be able to lay the groundwork for us to be like, oh, I can be Cunty at 58. I can still be out here in these clubs if I want to. I still can, like, get the hottest entertainer on the planet singing my shit. Like, it's just, it allows to be like, I can still age, and there's still things to strive for, and that I'm not just going to be sitting in, like,
I believe in planting a
wheelchair.
I do. What's one thing I do believe in.
What's that again?
I believe in planting the seeds. You know what I mean? I do believe in, like, laying down the word, because you never know when that stuff's going to come back at you. And I've always worked with my producers and stuff like that, and done little, like, clip movies and the videos and stuff like that. And we just did things, a bunch of art, you know what I mean? And just, we never really went anywhere in the beginning, but then all of a sudden you see the stuff coming back, or you see things happening and stuff like that. So that's really interesting. So I love how Cunty is just like, it's still there, and it still resonates with so many people. I mean, with the Honey Dijon mix, and then I just re-released it again on this album. So with the
and I'm liking this remix that you have on this album, by the way.
I like it a lot too.
I like it a lot too.
Yeah,
I love it a lot. It's so funny. I used to perform that record. It was like a 14-minute mix, and I'm like, girl, I could barely do 6 now. It's ridiculous. So funny.
That's the sign of the times. The kids ain't either.
But we were also saying, while we were waiting for you to come on, though, just like how much the non-Black girls, let me say that specifically, how much the non-Black girls don't understand how much of what you have done is part of everything that they love about being out at 5 o'clock in the morning. Okay.
Oh yeah.
And falling down them holes doing certain things. The music they listening to has been touched by the one and only. Right. And with the research of Renaissance, I just love that we're getting to see you play. Like, to just pay flowers to you in real time. I feel like, as myself, I didn't really get to experience your art while it was happening.
How old are you? How old are you?
So I'm 38. I'm 38, yeah, so I'm not that much of a baby. But I still was still not old enough to listen to a lot of your music. And so I am one of those folks who, after hearing you on Renaissance, I started to do my homework. And then when I realized just how important and significant this was, and how important you are to just literally the freedom that I feel to also express myself without knowing it, I was just like, this is absolutely insane, But that just goes to you as an artist, though. When you are doing something within your purpose, there is no timestamp to when it matters. It's going to always
dig it,
exist.
Jarrell. Okay, now you better appreciate it.
Look, even when you move on to do different things, you will still have a legacy that's going to always just trickle down. And I just love that. I absolutely do. And it just inspires me to want to figure out, what does my legacy look like? Now, it ain't in music. I'm going to tell you that much.
When I started DJing,
all y'all can have that.
I started DJing after COVID, and then started doing gigs and stuff, and just been 3 years now since COVID, right? 3-4 years since COVID. It's in how many years?
6.
6 years. Okay. So 6 years after COVID and been DJing and stuff, I have been finding myself, performance is not the way it used to be back in the day. So I've used it as a performance platform. And it's interesting playing the music and stuff. And now being that person in the club playing the music, not waiting around for someone else to play the music, it's been an interesting little thing to really kind of feel, you know what I mean? And I found myself just all tied up into emotions and feelings when it comes down to seeing everybody dance and carry on, especially my Black brothers. I don't know what it is. I just live to turn my own kind out. I really do. I just live so much for that,
Because if you turn us out, that means you're doing good.
I love playing for everyone. Don't get me wrong. I love playing for everybody in our community. Everyone in our community. But it's just, there's a party called Fever, and this party it's giving me so much life. I just love it so much.
Where's Fever at? Wait, is this the one in New York? Is this the one in New York? Because wasn't Naomi Smalls just performing there at the party Fever?
I think she...
Yeah. I want to say I just saw something posting on Instagram about her. I think she was doing something. Yeah, because she was performing at JT from City Girls, and the body was bodying. Yeah. I heard that it's a time. I heard the Fever's a time.
Okay, I'm gonna look this up. Get my ass on up to New York because I live in Philly, so I'm gonna hop on this train right quick and get my ass up to Fever.
I know where the next one's on the 7th. I'm doing the after hours on the 7th. So.
Okay. Yeah. Community, if you're in New York, get out there and see. And I also hear before we kind of go into
because I leave on the 7th. I might have to move my flight. Where's that on the 7th?
I'll send it to you, girl. I'll see the information, girl.
Yes, please do.
Please do. The party's over the top. You have no idea. It's just like
because the 7th is a Monday.
It's a Monday.
It's Monday. I fly in. Actually, I'm flying in from Sacramento at 7 a.m. in the morning. I have to be on the turntables at 8 there. So.
Damn. I'm excited. But you know what? At least you got that time difference working on your side too.
Yeah, because that
3 hours. Let me tell you, all of a sudden,
I would have to pick. Girl, I would have to pick.
That's a question I actually have because I'm 42, and I'm getting to the point now. Like I still like to show these kids that I could get out there when I need to get out there and last a few hours. But bitch, I'm battling like a week after. Like I'm tired of shit. How are you still up in these clubs?
It was different before because everybody used to go out all the time. Okay.
Yeah.
People used to go out all the time. There used to be clubs everywhere, all over the world, all the time. All those clubs are no longer around anymore. So it's true. Like everything is such an event. It's such a moment. It's such a time. It's like, so people just, as for club heads, there's no club places for people just to go every week. You know what I mean? So everything is now like an event. So there's breaks in between, which I think are kind of weird. I just, because we used to go out like 7 nights a week, you know what I mean? Or go to 7 clubs in one day, like on Wednesday, you know what I mean?
I actually don't know what you mean because that is a whole other life.
Yeah, that was normal, like no big deal at all. Like at least 5 clubs.
I wouldn't last.
We got at least 5 minutes.
Your girl would be gone. Your girl would be gone. She couldn't do it.
I ain't got it.
I know how to get right. Let me tell you. I know how to be outside when it's time to be outside.
Right. When it's time to be outside, I know how to still do it.
I'm sure. And they call that an event, right? Okay.
Hey, man, I know that's right.
Okay.
You know what I mean? That's not, right. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just that you have to, know that when you do the events, just know that you gotta, that whole like rest time and all that stuff is just kind of like that's gonna happen. So you have to do all that prep work beforehand. So you're not, I see you guys work out, right? Those aren't fake muscles and everything. So imagine what you're doing too, bro.
Yeah, but
I'll be up at 5 o'clock in the morning at the gym. I do. Yeah, that's why my ass be in the bed.
But that part, I'll be sleepy. I'll be sleepy. I'm like, woo, okay.
But you know what? But Kevin telling us we need to get our shit together, though.
Yeah, okay? You're right.
That's what I'm hearing. I hear you, baby. I hear you. We need to live.
I gotta have a fever and go to these events.
Yeah. I don't like the complaining part. Like,
I got you.
You're right.
I got you. So I'm gonna see you on the 7th. I'm gonna see you on the 7th. Is what I
Okay.
heard.
It's like I'm gonna stay. I'm gonna stay an extra day, and I'll be
Let
there.
me
the
know.
7th
I'll put
too.
you on my list, darling. I'll put you on the list.
You'll see both of us. You'll see both
Yes.
of us. So let's back up though a little bit. Like, so I know you grew up in Richmond, Virginia, and then like you like kind of started a lot of just like how we know you of today in DC. How has DC influenced you still to today?
DC. I was just there in DC for something. I forgot. I was recently there in DC for something. I just love DC was just an old stomping ground for me. You know what I mean? It's just like that's where I first did my first my first everything, first thing like sexual, the first thing, musically, in the sense of like living for music and dancing, going to the clubhouse and going to the Baxter's Mill and seeing beautiful men and gagging and going to circuit party. I mean, all that stuff. That all started in DC. My name started in DC. So, that's where I was born. So, when you go home and visit, I was born in a I was born jumping in and out of a trash can at Tracks nightclub on the volleyball court.
And like Kevin Aviance is now here.
It's going doing this lip syncing this song going, go on, Black Betty, Ram Lam, go on, Black Betty, Black Betty, child, damn thing, oh wow. Like it was crazy, girl. It was crazy. Yeah.
I absolutely live.
Those times.
I have a question as well. Like, I'm curious as to like what is something that still inspires you to show up to be the artist that you are. Like you have been in the game, for some time, and you've seen just how the industry has changed. I mean, even how we consume music is differently, right? So I guess there's maybe two questions in there. Like, is your why still the same from when you initially get started? And two, like, how do you make your why today still stay true to who you are without getting into all the 60-second clips, 90-second this, quick grabs?
I am still interested into what I'm doing. I love the art of dressing up. I just think that's just a fab. I have a heel fetish. I love clothes. I love fashion. I love messing with my silhouette and giving that out to the kids. It's just that the way I dress up is just the way I want people to perceive me or see me or whatever. Whether it's like, it's just always a dressing thing for me, dressing up. So, and that will always be there. Whether I'm young, old, whatever. I just love clothes and I love dressing and I love making the package pretty, Now the what I doing it for a reason, the only reason I really do it for is really for my satisfaction. I really don't do it for anyone else. You know what I mean? I don't try to, I just make sure that I'm happy about it and I'm just like making sure that it's good. I mean, it's not always good either, but, it's sometimes it's bad and sometimes I got to deal with it. But I don't know. It's just something that I do. It's just nature in me. You know what I mean? It's not something that I really work on to make sure I strive to do. You know what I mean? It's just kind of like, this is the way I am. I've always been like this since I was a kid, though. I've always been like this since I was a child. Yeah, this is not something that just came up while I was being a club kid. No, I was a freak. Elementary school.
In elementary, I know that's right.
Elementary school, I was a freak. Like, my mom. She was just like, Kevin, I swear, did you make sure your father does not find out about this? I said, yeah, whatever. So, I mean, I would put my mom through it. She would just gag, but she supported me, and I come from a huge family of 8 kids, so, she just like, she had to deal with the other kids too, so I couldn't do too much. But whatever I did, she said, whatever response you get, you have to deal with it. I'll be right there to hold your hand. I'll be right there to deal with it. But whatever you have to go through, you have to go through it, because you have to lay in it for a little bit, okay? Not everybody's gonna be into
lesson to learn, though.
So
that's a very good lesson to learn. Who influenced you with fashion then? Like, if it was always kind of
my mom.
Like, your mom? Okay,
my mom. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You mentioned that you like wearing heels. Do you have a favorite pair that you have?
So I used to 6-inch stilettos were my favorite. So the stilettos were my favorite, but then I had to
Baby, you
break
got
it
some
down.
strong. You got some strong ankles then, because baby,
Yeah,
let me
I had to
tell
take that
you.
down, girl. I take that down to like,
Girl.
maybe 4, girl. Maybe
She
a 4.
said, "Let me get that
girl.
kitten." She said, "Let me get that Michelle Obama."
Yeah, girl. It's just like, girl, let me give that little like that bend. Now I can do a platform. As long as the platform on it, I can do it a high heel. But if it's that platform, then I have to do just a heel for the floor. I used to wear stilettos like it was nothing. But I've had my hips replaced because of it. So
I believe it.
yeah,
I believe it.
Child,
No,
let me
ma'am.
tell
That ain't
you.
my ministry. I wish. I like because I see some of the girlies. I'm like, damn. I wish I could pull that out, but my ankles ain't strong enough.
I used to live for stiletto, girl. You can tell me. I used to wear them 24/7 like it was nothing. Like it
I
was
got
Stiletto
nothing.
pumps in the
me a little.
club.
I got me a little 4-inch stiletto, and that's about it. That's about it. And I only wear that on special occasions because when my ankles be like, I'm like, oh my bad. I'm so sorry.
You tell me
Yeah.
to sit down.
Yes.
I know I used to carry those shoes, girl. Carry on, but as time goes by, after one hip replacement, I'm just like this, going, let me take it down a notch, girl. But platforms have really like saved it, so it's okay. As long as I have a platform, I'm fine. As long as I get,
How important is our because obviously the last name Aviance is like the houses. How important today are houses still in ballroom culture? Or
I think they're very important. I think houses. I think the whole ballroom thing. I think it's very important. Our 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 kids, not everybody has the story of like being thrown out of their family and all that stuff. I know I didn't have that story, but I will say that it took a lot for me to find my people and to find people that they're going to nurture me and everything like that. So I loved that when my mother, Juan Aviance, found me, discovered me. Actually, he's discovered me, and you know he just said, your fears, and then I was like, oh, okay, whatever. And then I was like, okay, Aviance, okay, fine, okay, we became an Aviance. And I remember my first drag name was Grape Soda. And I was like,
grape soda. That's some black ass shit. That's some black. I love it.
Wait, how'd you get grape soda? How did you say I'm gonna be called grape soda?
My name was Grape Soda. I loved it, and I thought Grape Soda was cute. I just thought it was a cute name.
She said the same thing like Hippopotamus. She's like, it was what it was. I liked it, and it was what it was.
And I just liked the name, but it didn't work for me. So then we tried to find a name for me, girl name, and then it just never clicked. And so I just stayed Kevin Aviance, and then I kept it's my middle name. So I was just like, okay, Aviance. And then I was told to take the name and do as I please with it, and to go flourish with it. So that's where it all, And we got the name from. I can bring home the bacon. I should leave right up in a pan. And never, never, never let you forget your romance. Cause I'm a woman. Actually, it's gonna be an Aviance night. That's where we got it from.
Is that really where it came from?
Yeah, that's where it came from. There's a commercial. Check it out, girl. Commercial. YouTube is hanging. Actually, it's gonna be an Aviance night. So
it's gonna be an Aviance night.
Heavy. And you know what?
And the girl's wearing a trench coat. She has a trench coat, and she's like running through like Paris or whatever, and she's like the trench coat, and it's raining, and it's just like it's gonna be an Aviance night. I said,
I gotta find this clip. This clip.
Living up to the name, it's an Aviance night. I love that.
But no, I'm glad to hear that you still think that the houses is important because, like, especially just like as Black queer people,
and it's part of Black culture. It's
exactly
it's whether people like it or not. It's like gay, Black, gay, lesbian, gay, everything Black is part of Black culture. Period. Point blank. Ballrooms are part of Black culture. It's just like that's why I just don't understand one of these people that have a problem with us. I'm just like our own type, our own kind having problems with us. I'm just like this going, what is going on here? It's like everybody has a trans or a gay person in their family, girl. Everyone.
Period. And do.
Or uncle or auntie or something, you know what I mean?
Now, whether y'all chose to acknowledge that person or not, that's on you.
No, that's
or maybe
we've been here forever.
Whether they talk about it or not, but Helen down the street, and so and so,
and their roommate
Dolores.
and their friend, like
And they
y'all
friend.
like y'all been there.
And look, and don't forget about the church girl, okay? Don't forget
Oh,
about the churches, honey, okay?
Child.
Like, you know, Junior's friend, right, was over there right again.
It was so funny. I went to my church recently in Richmond, Virginia, and it's called Quiaca's Baptist Church, and you know, there was a gentleman there that was, you know, he was very like flamboyant and everything, and, you know, was always dressed to the nine, like incredible. And I remember seeing him and being very young and being like, look, Kiki, like, ooh, and he was just always done. His little afro, he was always done. And I went back to visit. I said, Lord have mercy, I've turned into that man, honey. Okay.
You say he is I and I is him.
I said, Lord have mercy, look at me. I am the same, but wearing the same suit at this church.
Lord have mercy might be my favorite black phrase,
Okay.
low key. Like, Lord have mercy.
I said,
But
look at me. I said, I don't taking the rain, honey. This is too much.
But you know what? Just like that, just like you remember him, that means somebody gonna be remembering you in that same vein. You know,
it's true.
That's
It's
so
true. Cause I saw the little young kids kikiing on me. I said, oh, here we go, girl.
I live.
Oh.
A couple questions here. Like, so Hippopotamus, obviously we have the deluxe, and it's out now. So community go out there, stream it up,
Right.
stream it up, run it up, run the numbers
Stream it up.
But I want to know a couple, maybe just like instant thoughts of a couple of the songs that are on there. And just like the first things that kind of come to mind when I say that some of these titles here.
Okay.
Let's go with Dolls.
Dolls is that is my protest record. That's the record that's just like, I am there for the girls. You know what I mean? I am one. I am there. They need a warrior. I am there for them. I am so disgusted with the way Black trans women are being murdered. I can't stand it. It drives me crazy. I don't understand it. Why it's such a just one set of girls, and it just drives me crazy. So anything I can do, of course, I'll put some awareness on that. Period, point blank. Period. You know?
absolutely.
And community, we know it's a political year. November coming up soon. Make sure you're registered to vote. Double check your registration, please.
Please vote.
Is entirely important. Is wild out here.
It's crazy.
Let's go with What a Friend, which I like. I'm like, okay, you take it. I'm a PK, so when I heard that one come up, I was like, okay, Kevin, okay, you singing my song.
It's my mom's favorite song, and she sang it all the time. And there was a certain version by this girl named Shirley Feeney that we used to listen to all the time. And so I always do a gospel-less song on an album. So this time around, I really wanted to do this track, and it just brings me back to also the track you hear. It's also samples from a nightclub. People cheering and clapping. So we took that and we looped that and everything, and then we put the music on top of it. We got the backup singers. So it was very important that I put this song on the album, because I want people to also know that God's in my life. You know what I mean? I don't deny that. That's who I run to. That's who saves me. Who I know has my back. And so I just, that's just the way it is. Now, people in the industry or your buddies or whatever, people freak out. They just freak out. Do you really want to put that on your album, Joe? I said, yeah, why not?
And
I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid of God. Why are you so afraid of God? Why are you afraid of the word God or, Jesus or why are you so afraid of these words? It's like, that has nothing to do with me. That's something you have to deal with, not me,
Amen. I know that's right.
That part.
I know that's right. Let's go with that part.
That part was a song that was brought to me by was the song that I had a gentleman named Renaissance, the DJ, out of Oakland. He is a dear friend of mine. He told me he wrote songs all of a sudden. I was like, "What do you mean you wrote songs? You didn't write songs?" I said, "Well, I need an idea for a song, but I want to use the word that part." And he goes, "Like that part, like that part, that part." And he goes, okay. And so a couple hours came back. He came back with the ideas. I said, so we added on more stuff and came back. And then that was the song by myself. And then then I am a big 7 Deep fan. I love 7 Deep so much, and so I'm obsessed with 7. And so when we were doing adding songs to the album, I said, listen, I wanted to do a remix of that part, but I want to put 7 Deep on it. And so when I called him, I was like, we talked on the phone. He goes, yeah, well, let's do it. Comes to find out, he's from the same place I'm from. He's from the exact same place I'm from in Virginia, in Richmond.
That's crazy. What?
I love it.
Isn't that crazy?
It's world crazy. Happen by happenstance.
It's crazy, and to know he went to. We went to 2 different high schools, but still the same county, and it was just kind of like, are you serious? Like it just like he's in Richmond right now. I said, he's from Richmond. I'm like, it gags me. That gags me, you know?
That's wild. I mean, and I like that song because that's the nasty song. Be like, touch on it, kiss on it, lick on it, and fuck on it. I'm like, oh, you nasty.
It's not just a nasty record. It's what we do. Don't try it.
Amen. And what I do is sometimes nasty.
Well, that's because Carell, you nasty.
Yeah, amen.
That's why.
People are just like, they're calling me and stuff. I'm like, girl, stop. Hey. Okay.
Popular gal. Right. Popular gal.
All right. Mm-hmm. So that's what we do, and that's what it is. Period.
I love.
Let's see here. What about See When I Get There? And the get is spelled G-I-T, by the way.
Right. That's a cover of a Lou Rawls song. So old Lou Rawls disco record that I love so much. And so it's just something that just really, really resonated with me, really heavy. And I love Lou Rawls. So we're kind of like the same voice. And so a lot of people don't really get to hear me sing a lot. So I was very excited about. Let me see that. What's up? I was very excited to do that record and just do a true disco record. So that's why it's like 7 minutes long and everything. So
yeah. And the one that I really enjoy, I like Bloodline. I like the groove mix. I like the groove mix one. I'm like, okay, it kind of almost feel a little Tyler-ish, a little South African-ish. Okay. I'm like, okay, it's got a nice little vibe to it.
Yes, it does. So Bloodlines is a song that actually were lyrics that were a conversation that one of the songwriters, Sherry Lilly, had with Father Hector Xtravaganza, and before he passed, and so she had written those lyrics down because of the conversation they had, and she gave it to me, and she said this came out of the conversation of that, and I said, oh my God, I love Hector so much, so that's where that song came from. And I just think the Bloodline is such a good, it says so much when it says music. I don't know what it says right now. Bloodline, the music is our bloodline. You know what I mean? That's what it says, and it's just kind of like, wow, it's such a beautiful, beautiful way to know how much music is just entwined with us in our lives. You know. In the gay experience, you know, we all have our soundtracks, you know.
Has this inspired you to continue to do music after even this album? Now it's like, obviously we just dropped the deluxe, and I hear rumor has it you have another club track that's coming out on September 9th. Am I right on that?
We have Club Hippopotamus coming out, and that's going to be the remix album of all the songs that have been remixed. So I'm actually DJing it all, putting it all together, and did a mix with all the dance tracks. Yeah. So it's called Club Hippopotamus. Nice. Continuous track. Yeah. So
okay. But even after that, like, you see yourself doing more albums in the future.
Oh yes, there's an EP that we're already started working on already.
Okay, that's what I like to hear. That's what I like to hear.
I think I'm gonna call it Hound Dog. No, I'm just kidding. I'm gonna call it Giraffe. I don't know. I'm calling it some kind.
Gotta call it Hungry for Hungry Hippo.
Okay. Okay. I don't know what the hell we're gonna call the damn thing, but I know it's gonna be. I know it's an EP, so I know we're our. You know, you gotta be ready for these things. One of the things, so you have to like not, just do it. Keep yourself going. I'm always writing music, always doing music. So it's just like one of those things where it's just like when I want to release it all. But yes, I'm not. I will be releasing.
Not taking 20 years.
Yeah, not 20 years, no. But you know what? I have all these other songs that came out between that 20 years that came out on smaller labels. True. So it's kind of like, I really didn't really stop recording. It's just that I kind of lost my the record deal I had. So it's kind of hard to do put a project together. Then with all the technology today, it's kind of like it's easy to put you can be your independent contractor and be fine now. So it's different now. Yeah. So it's great to own your own music and do your own thing and everything. That's really, if you got music to do it. Do it. I don't care what it is. Just go out and put it out there. You know, you never know. You know,
that's true. You never know.
I love it.
You know, so you gotta express yourself. I mean, we need music in the world. You know, more music, more and more music. I mean, do you think about all the music released every day? There's something like 20,000 songs released a day or something like that. Something crazy like that.
It's wild.
You know, I just love that the gay people have such a voice now. You know what I mean? Like we're definitely part of the. We're out here in the music industry. People are recognizing it and they're seeing it. Like Sam Smith and all this, all these other artists. I think it's great.
Like Minoritea.
Yes,
absolutely. Yes.
Absolutely. So I told one community member that you were coming on this week that I knew would be excited to potentially ask you a question. So I am going to pull this up. If my and I think my mouse just went dead. Hold on. Oh, there we go. Let me share the screen. And there's that. And so let me know if you can hear this. And so community Smithy, the infamous Smithy. if you've been around the podcast, you know Smithy. We shout out Smithy all the time. So here's his question. I think he actually had a couple questions. So I was like, okay, you taking advantage of it, but that's all right, Smithy.
Good day, this is Smithy from DC. I have two questions, if you don't mind, for Ms. Aviance. Hey, Evan Carter, what's the E-Targa? Sorry, I'm driving back from the beach. First question, I just want to circle back from last week. What would you have worn on your first day of senior year of high school back in the day? What would your look have been?
And I'm going to pause it right there just to kind of provide context. So last week we were talking about on the episode what we would wear now on our first day to school, like our senior year to school. And so how that has maybe evolved from like what we actually wore like our first day of school, senior year of school. So his question was, what would you wear on your first day of school currently?
Oh, I've been in a bodysuit. Ooh, some sort of bodysuit, some like loud bodysuit with like swirls and twirls and like all these kind of designs and stuff all over it. Like something very like maybe kind of like something very colorful and just like one piece, legs covered, respectable,
respectable,
respectable. You came to teach the girls. No, she said, I'm here to teach the girls. Y'all not teaching me, I'm teaching y'all.
Yeah, that's what it is. No thong up the ass, anything like that. So it's just kind of like, something very simple, very like that. And probably a block heel or something, block boot, something low, kind of like Rick Owens or something like that. And something just kind of like, definitely on a more punk edge, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is that different than what you wore potentially your senior year back in the day?
No, I was a goth kid. I was a goth kid, period. It was just I was goth kid, period. And then also I wore a lot of Willie Smith. So, I don't know if you know who that is or not, but
I've heard that name, yes.
Willie Smith, that's why I wore a lot of that in elementary and middle school and stuff. So, yeah.
All right.
I was a big Willie Smith person.
Let's see what else he's saying here. Let's see here.
Because Miss Shard, you tried a mistake. You and Tom Ford were definitely in school at the same time back in the day. So what would you have really gave, bitch? What would you have really gave? What was your brand in the 80s back in Gary, Indiana? Was that you that lived in Gary? Somewhere in the middle.
No, that was me.
What would you have really gave? Me, I would have had full on Ralph Lauren head to toe. That was my tea. I used to walk the balls back then. House of Allure, Tommy Hilfiger versus Polo, eating the girls up. So polo hat, polo eyewear, polo shirt, polo belt, polo pants, polo socks, polo drawers. If it was chilly in September, I probably would have had a polo sweater. The shoe would have been probably a Bass Legion with a quarter inside. Or all white K-Swiss, white on white.
Okay.
So part two is, Kevin, what city outside of New York City was the cuntiest? What gave you life? What city gave you life? The people, the vibes, the club, the overall experience. What really turned it for you back in the day? So that's my question. That's all I got.
Paris. Paris.
Paris.
Paris
Really?
is it, honey. Paris is still it, as far as I'm concerned. Paris is turning it.
I love Paris. I absolutely love Paris, and I hear so many people who don't fuck with Paris like that. I'm like, bitch.
Oh, I love Paris.
I live for Paris, honey. They give you art, fashion, everything. Just and the clubs are turning it, and the parties are turning it. It's just fun. The boys are turning it. It's just fun.
I went and saw Renaissance in Paris.
Oh my God!
I remember going out afterwards to a club that had like an event going on celebrating Renaissance and got my whole life together. Now, let me tell you, I showed up for the event, okay? It was an event night for me. And I made sure I was out until 7 a.m. the next morning.
Right.
I know that's right.
Absolutely live. I live.
I love Paris. I love Paris. I saw somebody in Paris. I saw something in Paris, but I forgot what it was. But I remember seeing there's like a Parisian artist, Marlene Farmer. I don't know if you know her or not, but I remember seeing the show and just gagging on her show, just like, work, bitch, you are too much. And there's another group called something in the Queen, something in the Queen or something. They just gag on these groups because Paris is they're just like the music. Like you become a hit in Paris, they never forget you. So you become part of you become part of the culture. You know what I mean? And everybody knows it. Everybody's part of it. So yeah. So it's really great.
Yeah, I need to get back to Paris. It's been almost 10 years since I've been there. It's due time. It's due time to show up and make an event. To show up to an event. Thank you, Smithy, for sending that in. We appreciate you for sending that in, love.
Thank you, honey.
Before we get to curiosity here, today as we're recording, we heard Dolly Parton pass today. And that's a bummer because black folk fuck with some Dolly Parton.
We love some Dolly.
I've seen Dolly Parton 4 times in concert. So
really, have you?
I love Dolly Parton so much. I love her. I saw Islands in the Stream concert with her and Kenny Rogers.
And Kenny,
back in the 80s, and I saw her 3 times here in New York. So
did you ever meet her?
I don't know if I ever met her.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't think I don't know. I remember going to a couple of events and she was there, but I don't know if I've ever met her. I don't know. I don't think so. I think I would remember it because I would remember all that in front of me. You know what I mean? So you know. But what I do love about Dolly is that she was not just she was one of us. You know what I mean? She was for people. She raised money for marginalized communities. She didn't she books and stuff like that. She did books for underprivileged kids and stuff like that. The lady was fab, man. Like really
she put
fab.
her money where her mouth was. Like
she totally did.
She was not fake about it. She would tell you exactly how she felt about things. She wasn't shy to because a lot of times, like once folks maybe get to like a certain celebrity, they kind of like pull back of how they really feel about situations where they really could have an influence. And she was one who's like, this is what I believe, and it is what it is, you know. And we loved her for it. We absolutely loved her for it.
She was always 10 toes down on the right side. She's like, you can't tell me nothing. I know what I'm doing is for people, and it's bigger than me. And she knew that the world, we all see her as like bigger than life, and she's like, no. We as a collective is what makes it
like the only thing big about me is my titties.
Look, you know, and the hair, right?
And all her drag, you know what I mean? She was just but she was. I remember seeing those album covers back in the 70s and 80s. Like her album covers were, I would gag. I'm like, this lady sitting up here on lingerie. She's just like down, boots. She's like done, but she was so beautiful. She was so sweet and she was so real. And she was a great musician. You know what I mean? A great musician, great songwriter. You know?
Yeah, she was one of those few people, like we were saying earlier, in the black community. Like every black person knows Dolly Parton. Like I don't care how hood, how ghetto, how country you were. Every black person knows Dolly motherfucking Parton. And it was funny because, well, not funny. I was thinking back to my last like big family get together, and we were in Gatlinburg, Tennessee, And part of our trip, we went down to Dollywood. Like as
really,
there was probably like 25 of us, in the mountains of Gatlinburg, Tennessee, and all 24 of our black asses went to Dollywood and like got to be there, and that's what we wanted to do. Like
it's Dolly.
It's Dolly.
Wow.
And Jarrell, it's funny. We were actually literally about to our family reunion was going to be next year, and literally last night. And it was going to go back to that same spot because remember we were there like a few days before y'all got there.
Yeah, that's right.
And we were about to go back there again.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. We're like, and the whole time we didn't even know. We're like, oh yeah, we're about to go on our family vacation, blah blah blah. And bitch, we was in the same fucking place. But we were about to go back there, but they just moved it last night. They're like, okay, it sounds like not everybody wanted to go back into the middle of the woods. But same thing. Like when I was there, I was like, oh damn, I need to get everyone to go to Dollywood, and we ended up not going. But we passed by, and I was like, damn. That's Dolly. Like, that's Dolly.
Yeah, you know, Dolly is just like, there'd be no other like that one. She's just like, wow. You know, I cried when I found this today. I was just like, wow.
I did too.
I was like, wow, you know, and I know, that her lover, her boyfriend, her husband just passed recently. I didn't.
Last year.
They were. I know she was missing him. I know, you knew she was missing him so much. You know what I mean? So she loved him so much. So
damn. R.I.P. Dolly. We loved you. We still will love you.
Rest in peace, Dolly. We love you, girl.
We'll always love you.
Absolutely. Always love you.
2 doors down, girl. 2 doors down.
Period. And then another thing that's happened this week, community, we know we're about to see it, and we don't know exactly at the time we're recording what's going to occur. But it is the 20th anniversary of B-Day for Beyonce. And you know she always be having these tricks up her sleeve. So be alert. Get your coins together, because there ain't no telling what's about to happen.
I know.
Unless Kevin, unless I love to say, Kevin, unless you know something,
right?
You know that we don't know.
Twice, Kevin.
Listen, I'm sitting here waiting to, and I'm getting really, really disgusted about the whole thing because I just like, listen, B, I love you down, girl. But, I love what's this song? Mountain Dew or Morning Dew? Whatever.
Morning Dew.
Morning Dew. I love that song. I love
Not
it.
Mountain Dew,
really
girl. That's it, me. Yeah, Mountain Dew.
I love it. I love ka-donk. I live for it. I love. But, Beyonce, stop playing with me, though. Stop playing with me. You're playing with me too much, girl. Please, come on, girl. Come on. I really want. I don't know if she's wearing these other girls out. I don't know what it is. It's like she's just waiting. I'm like, girl, let's get going here,
Exactly. We
whenever
are ready.
Whenever it drops, I'll be right there with it, girl.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I just love. Have y'all read the Diamante Deluxe? Did you see that thing about Diamante Deluxe? Do you know who she is? Diamante Deluxe. She's like a goth singer, punk rock, very, very, very. She read Beyonce. I'm just like, girl, about Cowboy Carter and cowboys and blackness and then I'm like, girl, and she's just talking all this. I just wanted to slap that girl in her face. I'm just like, girl, shut up. You shut up.
We ain't heard
girl.
about it. We about to hear about it no more.
It's just like, I'm like, I just don't start to Spin magazine, put that in their magazine. I was just like, we are now a year out, 2 years out of Cowboy Carter, and this bitch is gonna still talk about Beyonce like as if it's like we care. Like, are you kidding me? It seems so cringy. It was really cringy for Spin magazine.
I was about to say I'll look her up, but never mind. If she's talking bad about Beyonce on Beyonce's internet, I ain't got the time. Not today.
Yeah, it was very cringy. I said, the time we are in right now, people have a lot of mouth. A lot of mouth. And they're just like, want to give their opinion on everything that's, black. And so I just like, you just smile and be like, girl, shut up. You got nerve, girl. Like, we have every right. How dare you?
I know that's right. All right. So before we get out of here, we play a game with every guest. And I'm very curious about this one that we call Curiosity. So it's kind of this or that. Your favorite, et cetera, just to kind of get to know you a little more personally. So, first question here is, coming to the stage is Kevin Aviance. What song is playing?
Oh. Cunty.
Hey, exactly. Yes. It might as well. Yeah.
Very fitting.
Yeah. I mean,
very fitting.
Yeah. You always start with your biggest song first. So coming to the stage, kind of Cunty will be
Cunty, I know that's right. A bold lip or bold eye?
I am not answering that question because I need both.
I guess we'll let that slide. It slide.
You can't do that. Come on, girl. Come on.
I know they're one and the
not
same.
One or the other. It's like a half face walking around. Half face.
He said both. BOF.
Both.
A turkey sandwich or peanut butter and jelly?
Pork chop.
Amen.
I ain't playing with none of that.
None of that.
Give me a whole ass meal.
No,
yeah, give me a pork chop
sandwich. Pork chop sandwich. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Beach or mountains?
Beach.
Okay.
Yeah. Beach.
I put on
even though I love the mountains, I do really love the mountains a lot. I really love mountains. So I just got back from the mountains actually. I just got back from camping. So
okay.
I still went with beach. Okay.
All right. Grape soda or orange soda?
Grape soda. You got nerve.
Grape soda. A box of chocolates or a bouquet of flowers?
Box of chocolates.
I know that's right. Make a kid smile. Come on now.
Okay.
Amen. What song in your DJ set do you know once you put it on is just going to kill every time?
It's a song called it's called The Ark by Cairo. That kills every time.
Okay. I'm gonna have to look that one up. I don't know if I know that one. Okay. In honor of your song That Part, what part on a significant other do you like best?
Wait a minute, what's the question again?
What body part on a significant other or someone you're attracted to attracts you instantly that you just like, yeah, it's gonna get me every time? And it could be any body part.
The back of the thigh.
I'm not mad at that.
You like it when it has a little bit of curve to
the little hamstring.
Yeah, I do. Oh, just the muscular, the sectioning, the muscular thing of the thigh.
Yeah, that line. Yeah.
Especially when you can see it from the side.
Let me tell you the truth. It's the whole from the buttocks all the way down to the leg. There's the whole leg.
The whole leg.
Give me the leg. Give me that whole leg. Like, yeah, I'm trying to be all politically correct, but let's be real. It's the butt all the way down to the leg, all the way down. Like, yeah,
I know that's right.
I live.
That is right.
I really do live. You have no idea. I live.
You and me both. I'm not mad at it.
I'm like, down.
You said leg down. What are the top 5 ballroom or house classics? Like, in your opinion, what are the top 5?
The Ha Dance, Masters of Work, and the Cunty. I think the other one would be Dindada, and also Pump the Beat. I think that's I forgot who's that by. I think the Mike Q maybe. And then I think another one would be one more. 5 would be it used to be Love Is the Message too. I mean, back in the day. So I just love the grandeur of that song. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. You had those ready too. Daisy or I know that's right. Daisy or Orchid?
Orchid. Even though Daisy is just as something about something about the orchid that's just like because it represent because you've seen those Jojo O'Keeffe pictures, right? Something about the orchids are just like, girl, they just bring it. You know what I mean? They just give you like full on like Cunty. You know what I mean?
I live.
Live
All right,
orchid.
so We ask every single guest this question, and I do not know how you're going to answer this. I really don't, because on one hand, I know. Well, I know on one hand, he's a stan of this family. Yeah. And then on the other hand, it's just he is. It's another omnipresent person. Both of them are omnipresent, quite frankly. Janet or Beyonce?
Okay, you really are going to try it. I am not answering that question because it's two different worlds.
I agree.
It's two different children, and it's two different kind of drama. And how dare you? And I do not put black women against each other. How dare you? You got nerve.
I do got nerve. We just had Onya last week, so I got a little extra nerve.
I saw that. You do got nerve, girl. I saw that. So no, I'm not doing that with y'all. Y'all are tired for that. I'm sorry. Y'all are real tired for that. That's that. You know what? You know what? That was very, very not
right. It's always
funny. The partner that's not here would not have liked that one. He would not have liked that. I know him. So.
He loves that question. He loves putting people in an awkward space like that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I love that question just because, one, it is such an impossible question to answer. But then two, if you got to answer, then I'm also going to look at you kind of sideways, like at the same time. You know,
some people answer it way too quickly. I'm like, hold on, you answered that way too quick.
Way too quickly. Because that means you disrespecting somebody else. You know.
Amen.
So if you do give an answer, there's a way you give that answer, and it's like you reluctantly give the answer. But if you give the answer away like, oh, he's no,
no, it ain't that easy.
Yeah, nope. It's just like no, I can't.
Do you have a favorite Janet song and a favorite Beyonce song?
The favorite Janet record would be this song called wait a minute, it's from her first album. If that you don't stand another chance, you don't stand another chance, you don't stand another. Or is it Young Love?
Oh, so you're talking about like the albums before like Control?
No,
albums.
yeah, before Control. Yeah, the song. I forgot what the song's called. I know the song.
Oh, is it don't? It's called Don't Stand It. Don't Stand It.
That's from the second album, but it's the one from the first album. It's called.
My favorite is Young Love.
Not Young Love. Not Young Love. It's another one. Oh shoot! Say you will. Say you do. Say you do. That's the album. I live for that record, girl. Oh my God, I live for Say You Do. I live for Say You Do. I live for Say You Do. Live for it. Live for it. Live for it. Live for it. And my favorite Beyonce record would be
He said Pure Honey, duh.
No, Pure. I mean, I love Pure Honey. But I think my favorite Beyonce record would be with from the 4 album. I think but you don't care. That one.
Yeah. Oh, I care.
La 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 la. Yes.
Yeah.
I live.
I don't care too much, but I still care.
La 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 la.
Like the harmonies at the end just kill me every time. Like I literally like loop the last like 15 seconds of that song. Like it's it almost like haunts my brain.
Yes. And I love Beyoncé too. I love Beyoncé too.
Yeah. All in your mouth like liquor. I know that's right.
I live for all that. I live for that.
Well, Kevin, we appreciate, like, obviously we gave you the flowers, but like it's making me tear up now trying to like get it out now. It's like, just thank you. That's all I can say because it's gonna make me cry. It's gonna make me cry. Never mind. Thank you.
Wow.
It means a lot. Like it means a lot. It truly does. Like I know like as a person, like when people say, "Oh, thank you," da da da, and you're just like, okay, but like I don't think you truly realize how important you are to folks that look and sound like us.
That's so sweet. Yeah. Thank you.
Like,
thank you so
truly. So thank you. Keep pushing. Like, if nobody sees you, you got at least us two and Dewan when he's here. You got at least 3 aunties that see you because, like, you're just incredibly important to us and to the community.
Thank you.
So those days where you're like, I don't know, I ain't feeling it. Keep pushing. You're important.
I have a question for you guys.
I have
a question for you guys.
Yes.
How did it feel to know that you are not only giving information out of giving our information out to the world, being the messenger, being the messengers and the ones that telling you about these stories being told so that people can hear it. You know what I mean? What does that feel like? What does all that feel like?
Oh,
That's a good
honestly,
question.
for me, it feels like an honor. Like, I mean, I'm a young gay black man from Gary, Indiana, who also grew up in Minneapolis, Minnesota, who didn't come from much. And to have a platform that I know reach people, but also to know that I have something to say and something to share that people want to hear, it's just honestly really a blessing. And I don't take it for granted. I don't take it for granted. We know too many people who got microphones who don't deserve a damn microphone at all.
Say their names.
or who refuse to do right by that microphone. But like, we give you your flowers. I think of the ripple effect. I think part of being true to our words of affirmation towards you is to also make sure that we stay true to who we are. And we take what you have provided us and how you inspired us to do the same thing in return. So it's also like a call to duty as well too, not just to say these words but to have the action behind it as well too. So also thank you for asking, because I was not prepared.
I think for me, it's allowed, and like the first part is going to be almost like selfishly, it's allowed me personally to have a space to try to be my fuller self, because I didn't have that opportunity growing up as much. And not to say like I was just like repressed and things like that. I could never just be 100%. I could be like 98%. I could be 92%. But to be able to just be like, this is who I am. This is my form of black. This is my form of gay. This is my form of guy. This is my form of masculinity. This is my form of femininity. Take it or leave it. It is what it is. And having that space, it's been amazing to have a community of folks saying, "Oh, I felt that same way too. I want to be part of the community too. And here's my experience. And oh, I want to join too. And here's my experience." And so being able to have space for all of us just to shine our light and just be has been bigger than I ever thought it could even be, because it's just grown in ways that I couldn't have foresaw. So like Joel said, it's an honor, it's a privilege. It's a responsibility that we're trying to uphold, and we ain't going to get it right every time, but at least we're trying to grow along with the community and the listeners. So it's just been super cool that people will be like, hey, thank you, Carell. Thank you, Jarrell. Thank you, Dewan, for having a podcast where we just feel seen. And it's like, damn, that was the intent, and I'm glad that is being received in that regard as well.
I love it. I think it's incredible. I love it so much.
Yeah. No, thank you.
There was a time when there wasn't there before.
Amen. Let me get my tambourine.
And I'm gonna put this out there now, because you said that you're a cool person. We can talk to you. So when that EP come out, just be ready for your aunties to be like, "Hey, Kevin." So we want to make sure that we highlight you and love you down, and make sure that the world and the girls are seated and they're ready to listen. So we're gonna be tapping back in too, and anything else in between. Then, like, honestly,
just say I got something to say. Come on in. That's what it's for.
Seriously.
God bless, guys.
Thank you. Yes, so community. If you have any questions for Kevin, just put them in the comments and stuff like that. We'll make sure that they see them out there. But anything else on your heart and mind, Jarrell?
No, that's all I have. But I do just want to love our sister, our girl, Onya Nerve. I know last week, the internet was acting all sorts of crazy. And if you didn't watch the full episode, go on about your business. You ain't got nothing to say. And also, if you don't know her, you still don't got nothing to say. So just because you have minutes on your phone or you pay your phone bill, don't mean your opinion needs to be typed or said.
People are too much, man. This is too much.
That's what we learned. That's
too much.
Learned.
Too much.
I just don't get like trying to belittle and down people like that, like people that you don't even know. Like, that's weird to me. It's very and
then try to talk factual, like somebody, and I'm like,
I think it's important. I think her interview was very, very fresh. To be honest with you, it was very real. It was very real.
Yes.
It was very hard, very real, very, gave me another insight of her perspective of what it is. You know what I mean? And that's fab. I think it's fab,
But the crazy thing too is like, as Black queer people, we know walking into white spaces or walking into environments that aren't even checking for us, but we may happen to be a box on their list, just how it's already a different experience for us than it is for everybody else in the room, right? And so the notion that someone can have an experience different than theirs is like, what do you mean? She looks nothing like any of the rest of y'all. She didn't do any of the things like the rest of y'all. Of course she's going to have a different experience. You know?
Definitely.
And to knock for someone for speaking their truth, like, it's one thing if you can disagree with whatever the fuck you want to, but don't call somebody a bad person because of their experience. If that's the case, then you should be holding everyone else who is in the situation accountable for someone even having the feeling to say something like that. If you really truly care, then hold everybody accountable and be like, well, then why does that person feel that way?
Yeah. It's like, what did I contribute to make that person feel that way? Yeah. So we love, like, it was literally such a great interview and conversation that to kind of see some of that, I don't know, venom that people are spitting kind of took me aback. And so I just know it probably took her back too. So I just hope she knows that she is a true star and a true gem, and never stop being that just because other people can't handle how good you are.
Yeah. And she's young, girl. She's just in the beginning, girl.
Yeah,
it's like, girl, the greatness is going to come from that girl. Please, they need to sit down and stop it with the madness. Stop it. Stop.
So on that note, community, be safe out there. Register to vote and wash your hands, your legs, and your ass. And we will see you next week. Bye.
God bless, guys.
Bye, y'all.